because certainly, I haven't myself, kept up with every single league across Europe. So now the season is completely over in almost every league. We're gonna have a look. We're gonna review each league. Not gonna spend too much time on every single league, and I can't give you loads of insight on every league because I don't watch every single league. But those leagues which you guys do watch, please do let me know how your team got on this season. If your team features in this video, let me know where they came in their league, how you are feeling about your team's season. And yeah, for each league as well, I'm going to, or at least the big leagues and the leagues which I know a lot about, I'm going to pick an overachiever for the season and then an underachiever for the season. And yeah, we'll also run through some of the awards, top goal scorers and stuff like that. So yeah, we got a lot of leagues to get through. So let's just begin. We're going to briefly start with the EFL. I'm going to talk very briefly about the Championship. I've covered the Championship a little bit already. Very recently made a video on the promotion race. So if you want to know what happened there, watch my video on that. But Leicester and Ipswich and Southampton won the playoffs. Those three teams are going up to the Premier League. Leeds, West Brom and Norwich failed in the playoffs. Then Hull City were very close to playoffs, did not get it, as did Middlesbrough. Coventry finished 9th, but of course did make a FA Cup semi, so they had a pretty good year. Preston in 10th, Bristol City 11th, Cardiff 12th, Millwall 13th, Swansea 14th, Watford 15th, Sunderland down in 16th, not a good year for them after getting playoffs last year. Stoke down in 17th, again not a good year for them. QPR 18th, Blackburn 19th, Sheffield Wednesday 20th, Plymouth 21st. They managed to survive their first season back in the Championship in a very long time. And then the three teams going down, Birmingham, who again we made a video on what happened at their situation, and then Huddersfield and Rotherham will be joining them. Rotherham a really bad season, 27 points, just 5 wins. So yeah, Birmingham, Huddersfield and Rotherham have gone down. Leicester, Ipswich and Southampton have gone up. In terms of my overachievers, it's got to be Ipswich. Back-to-back promotions for them. I'm not sure too many people expected them to get back-to-back promotions, so to do it against some really good teams, 96 points as well. Definitely the overachievers. Underachievers, it's got to be Birmingham. It's got to be Birmingham. Again, look at the video if you want to understand why, but at the start of the season they were in promotion, playoff contention, and then they've just completely collapsed, got relegated. Just really bad year for them. The foot mob team of the season is here. Quite a few Leicester players in there. Adam Armstrong, I believe, if we have a look at the stats, was the top goal scorer. Actually no, it wasn't. It was Sammy Smallstick of Blackburn Rovers with 27 goals. Fantastic year for him. Leif Davis, wow, 18 assists. That is incredible. From the left back position for Ipswich, superb. Be interesting if he can translate that into the Prem. But the most goal contributions was Adam Armstrong with 34, Somerville there with 28, and Sammy Smosdick with 31, who I believe probably will get a big move based on the back of his performance this season. Okay, into League One. So, League One, Portsmouth have won the league with 97 points. They are going back to the Championship, and joining them will be Derby County, who finish on 92 points, ahead of Bolton Wanderers in third. Bolton had to settle for the playoffs and did make it to the playoff final, but as you can see here, lost 2-0 to Oxford United. And Oxford United are back in the Championship. I'm not entirely sure the last time they were in the Championship, or if they've ever been in the Championship. Maybe one of you can let me know. But what Cheltenham, Fleetwood, Port Vale and Carlisle all got relegated. Carlisle on a pretty bad points tally there, rock bottom with 30 points. Whereas Port Vale, Fleetwood and Cheltenham gave it a good fight. I know I have a Fleetwood fan actually who watches the channel. They were telling me they had a bit of resurgence under Charlie Adam. Look at that, 3 wins in their last 5, but it wasn't enough, and they'll be going down into League 2, unfortunately for them. Overachievers, underachievers. Overachievers might have to be Oxford United. I think it probably will be to get promoted to the Championship. I'm not too sure how many people expected them to go up. There are some really good teams in League 1 this year. Bolton and Peterborough, really good. Barnsley as well. So for Oxford to get promoted is a fantastic achievement by them. Underachievers, I'll probably go for Charlton or maybe Reading. One of those. I mean, Reading had points deduction, so how many? I mean, 6 points, but even then it wouldn't be a fantastic year. And these two, they were in the Championship not too long ago. Shouldn't really be at the bottom of the table like this, so yeah. I'm pretty sure Charlton actually managed by Nathan Jones, the former Southampton Luton manager, but yeah, not good. There's the team this season for the League 1. If we look at the players' stats, who was top goal scorer in League 1 this season, it was Alfie May with 23 goals. Actually for Charlton, wow, how have Charlton managed to finish out low with the top goal scorer? He's definitely going to move, surely. Nathaniel Mendes-Lang with the most assists, and he got the most goal contributions with 25. Colby Bishop behind him with 24. League 2, so in League 2, Stockport County finished top and they have been promoted. Wrexham have also been promoted, as have Mansfield. Those 3 promoted through the automatic promotion spots, and quite clearly these 3 were the best teams in the league. Yeah, fantastic from them. Wrexham, back-to-back promotions for them, of course, backed by Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. Yeah, they're flying through the divisions now, up into League 1, who knows, they might be in the Prem, not too distant future. Stockport will achievement, both of them. Again, they weren't in the National League too long ago, so to top the league ahead of a financially backed Wrexham side is very impressive. MK Dons, Doncaster Crew and Crawley were in the playoff positions, and I believe it was Crawley, right? Crawley got promoted, yeah. Crawley beat Crew in the final 2-0, so Crawley are going up. A really good achievement for them. They've been stuck in League 2 for quite some time, I believe, so out of League 1 for them. Barrow and Bradford just missed out on the playoffs, even though Bradford, Wallace surged, he had 5 wins in a row, but it wasn't enough. Wimbledon finished 10th, Walsall 11th, Gillingham 12th, Harrogate Town 13th, Notts County 14th, a solid year back in the EFL for them. Morecambe came 15th, Tranmere 16th, Accrington 17th, Newport 18th, Swindon in 19th, pretty bad year for them. I'm pretty sure they were in the playoffs last year if I wasn't mistaken. Salford, backed by Gary Neville and the class of 92, a really bad year for them in 20th. Grimsby in 21st, Colchester another bad year as well. Again, I remember them in League 2 not too long ago. They just survived those. Sutton and Forest Green were relegated. Forest Green had a disastrous year. Troy Deeney was their manager for a little bit, and yeah, things went pretty bad under him. Sutton United relegated as well. Overachievers in League 1, probably Stockport, or I don't really think I can call Wrexham overachievers because they do have quite a bit of money. I think a lot of people expect them to go up, but it's still a good achievement. I think maybe Stockport, and maybe Crawley as well. Underachievers, it's got to be Forest Green. And I didn't realise this, but Morecambe were deducted 3 points as well. Quite a few points deductions over in England this year. Again, very briefly, we'll look at the National League in terms of who's going up. Chesterfield cruised to the title. That's pretty funny. Oxford City going down and Oxford United are going up. Also, the EFL Trophy, so the trophy where all of the League 1 and League 2 teams compete in Peterborough. Even though they lost in the playoffs, do have something to cheer about. They did win the EFL Trophy, beating Wigan in the final. And then in terms of the EFL awards, the Championship Player of the Season was Crescencio Somerville. League 1 Player of the Season, Harrison Burrows. Jody Jones, League 2 Player of the Season. Championship Young Player Archie Gray for Leeds. League 1 Young Player Ronnie Edwards. And Rob Apter, League 2 Young Player of the Season. Yeah. Okay, let's move on then, and we look at La Liga. So, La Liga, Real Madrid won the league at a canter, 95 points, just one loss in the league. That is really impressive. Almost an invincible season by Real Madrid. Fantastic year for them. I should stress I'm filming this before the Champions League final, so Real Madrid have either done the double or just won the league. Barcelona finished in second place, 85 points, quite some way away from Real Madrid. Xavi's last season he was sacked after this. Girona, fantastic year for them, finished in third place and they are competing in the Champions League for the first time. Atletico Madrid got the other Champions League spot ahead of Atletico Bilbao, who had a good year though. Did have a good year and at one point looked like they were getting top 4 but just fell short. Real Sociedad in the other Europa League spot, while in the Conference League spot Real Betis secured that. Villarreal came in 8th place. They had a little resurgence actually. I remember them doing quite bad at the start of the season. I think they changed their manager. Valencia in 9th, pretty decent year for them. Alaves as well, 10th place. Osasuna 11th. Guys have done well. Getafe 12th, Celta Vigo 13th, Sevilla in 14th. Another poor year for Sevilla, but they did manage to survive yet again. Mallorca in 15th, Las Palmas in 16th. Real Vallecano just avoided relegation, while Cadiz, Almeria and Granada were relegated. Granada, abysmal 21 points, as was Almeria, two really poor teams in La Liga this season. Here is the foot mob team of the season in terms of average ratings for La Liga. And then if we look at the player stats, so Artem Dovbyk was the top goal scorer in La Liga. Alexander Sorloth was just behind, one goal behind. He had a really, really fantastic end to the season for Villarreal. I think he scored 4 goals versus Real Madrid. They drew like 4-4 in the last game. Jude Bellingham as well, of course, up there. Alex Bayern up with the most assists. I'm guessing most of them to Sorloth. And Nico Williams, a fantastic year for the youngster at Atletico Bilbao, as was for Savio, who looks like he's joining Man City. Most goal contributions was Artem Dovbyk, Alexander Sorloth and Robert Lewandowski, not too far behind. Some more metrics here. I'm just looking if they have clean sheets here. Yeah, they do. Unai Simon with the most clean sheets for Atletico Bilbao with 16. I also forgot to do overachievers, underachievers. Overachievers has to be Girona. Atletico Bilbao get a mention, but Girona to get top 4, third place. They were in a title race actually with Real Madrid for a lot of this season for the first half. Just superb. They were, relegated not too long ago to the second division of Spain. So for them to get top 4 is superb. Underachievers. I mean, you probably have to go Sevilla. I mean, even though, you're not expected too much from Sevilla nowadays because they have been pretty bad in the league for the last 2 years. Still though, being embroiled in a bit of a relegation battle for a lot of the season is not good for a team of a reputation size of Sevilla. And in terms of who's going up, Real Valladolid and Leganes have got the top 2. They are going up back into La Liga. And in terms of the playoffs, Eibar, Espanyol, Real Oviedo and Racing Santander. One of them is not really been confirmed yet, I don't think. Or has it? I think it has. Wait. No, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it's been confirmed Spanish Cup, Athletic Bilbao. I told you we had a really good year. Unfortunately, didn't get top four, but we did finish fifth and win a trophy. Another Copa del Rey. I believe they actually have the most Copa del Reys out of anybody. They love this competition. And they won, beating Mallorca in the final. They slapped up Atletico in the semis, and Atletico beat Real Madrid as well. So yeah, Bilbao also beat Barca as well. So well-deserved victory for Bilbao. We had a fantastic season. Over in Italy, Serie A, Inter Milan, another team who won the league at a canter. 94 points, one less than Real Madrid's 95 points, just 2 losses all season. Incredible job by Inzaghi at Inter. And then the rest of the league was very competitive though. So AC Milan came in second place, Juventus in third, Atalanta fourth, and Bologna in fifth. Now, because of the coefficient rankings and the way the Champions League is reformatting next year, 5 teams in Serie A have qualified for the Champions League. So Inter, AC Milan, Juve, Atalanta, and Bologna are all in the Champions League next season. Of course, Atalanta won the Europa League as well, so that is superb. What a season by them. They actually still technically have 1 game to play. I mean, they could leapfrog Juve, but I mean, that would just only add to what a season it's been for them. Finally winning a trophy and also qualifying for top 4 automatically. What a year for Bologna though as well. Thiago Motta bringing Bologna into the Champions League for, I don't know, maybe it's the first time. Surely it is the first time in their history. Sensational, and he's gone over to Juventus. He is now their manager. Roma just missed out on top 4. They finished 6th. Daniel De Rossi came in halfway through the season and was truly terrific, and I believe he's staying on next season. Lazio in 7th place. Fiorentina, so Roma and Lazio, the two Rome sides, will be in the Europa League next season. And Fiorentina, yet again, are in the Conference League after losing the Conference League final last year to West Ham. They got to the final yet again this year and lost yet again this year, this time to Olympiacos in extra time. And heartbreaking for them and Vincenzo Italiano. But they are back in the Conference League again next year, maybe 3rd time's a charm for them. Torino finished in 9th, good year for them. Napoli, an absolute horror show, 10th place. They were the defending champions of the Scudetto and they finished 10th place, just abysmal by them. They had like 3 managers this whole season. Really bad. Genoa 11th, Monza in 12th, Hellas Verona in 13th, Lecce 14th, Udinese 15th, Cagliari 16th, Empoli in 17th. Then Frosinone, unfortunately, were relegated just about. Sassuolo were also relegated, which is a really bad season for them. They were, I remember under De Zerbi, they were competing for like European positions for a lot of the season. Not too long ago, but now they are relegated, so yeah, things are really gone bad at Sassuolo. I'm assuming Berardi is probably going to leave them now. And Salernitana were woefully just 2 wins all season, finished bottom. There is the team of the season. Actually, that's not the team of the season. Okay. But anyway, overachievers has to be Bologna. Bologna to qualify for the Champions League. Absolutely superb. What a job by Thiago Motta. Underachievers, very obvious. Napoli, 10th place for the reigning champions. That's honestly one of the worst title defences you might ever see. And then in terms of these stats, so top goal scorer was Lautaro Martinez for Inter Milan. Dusan Vlahovic and Victor Osimhen not too far behind. Rafael Leao had the most assists, with Lautaro having the most goal contributions and Giroud also in there. And in terms of clean sheets, I believe it is Jan Sommer with 19, with Milinkovic-Savic's brother Sergei Milinkovic-Savic's brother Vanja in 18, just behind. In terms of who's going up, so I actually really like this. I'm really excited about this. Parma are back in Serie A. Of course, a very historic club. They are back. And Como, who club managed by Cesc Fabregas are in Serie A, so that's really exciting to see those two. And then in terms of the playoffs, it is between Venezia, Cremonese, Catanzaro, Palermo, who again I would love to see them back in Serie A, Sampdoria and Brescia. I'm not entirely sure. I think the final might be between Venezia and Cremonese, so we'll see who goes up. Coppa Italia, so Juventus, despite maybe a bit of an up and down season, did manage to win a trophy. Allegri in his final year at Juve won a trophy. This was actually his last game. They beat Atalanta 1-0 in the final. Unfortunately for Atalanta, couldn't do a double this year despite winning Europa League. But yeah, nice for Juve to get some silverware this season. In terms of the awards, so best goalkeeper was Michel Di Leclerc, best defender Bastoni, best midfielder Çalhanoğlu, best striker was Dusan Vlahovic, best young player Joshua Zirkzee for Bologna, what a year he's had. And then MVP was Lautaro Martinez, of course, top goal scorer and I believe captain for Inter. And then most valuable coach was Simone Inzaghi. So that is Italy done. We move over to Germany. In the Bundesliga by Leverkusen, of course. We all know about their story. Unbeaten 90-point season, winning the league for the first time in their history. And they did it unbeaten. Incredible achievement by them. But also what an achievement by Stuttgart. Something which has been overshadowed by Leverkusen's win. Stuttgart finishing in second place ahead of Bayern Munich. That is superb, Stuttgart. Again, it seems like every big league, Girona, Bologna, now Stuttgart, have this team who were fighting relegation not too long ago and now qualifying for the Champions League. Fantastic. Bayern, of course, an awful year in third place and trophyless for one of the first times in a long time. Leipzig came in fourth place, and then, like Serie A, Bundesliga also have 5 Champions League spots, so Dortmund got the 5th Champions League spots. Again, I don't know if they have won the Champions League or not at this point, but if they have, I mean, what a season for them. Even if they haven't, great achievement to get to the final. Frankfurt and Hoffenheim will be in the Europa League next season. Nice to see Hoffenheim back in European competitions. It's been a little while since they have, so good to see that. Heidenheim as well. What an achievement by them to get 8th place for Conference League football for Heidenheim. I actually think this is Heidenheim's first ever season in the Bundesliga, if I'm not mistaken. And they've got Conference League football. Like, that is superb. And I mean, you know, if it wasn't for Leverkusen doing what they've done, I mean, the overachievers, there's some stiff competition here in the Bundesliga. Werder Bremen in 9th, Freiburg 10th, Augsburg 11th, Wolfsburg down in 12th. Mainz finished in 13th. Gladbach, an awful year for them, in 14th place. Union Berlin, again, an awful year for them, in 15th place, who were in the Champions League last season. And then Bochum, Cologne and Darmstadt got relegated, but I mean, Cologne and Darmstadt are relegated, but Bochum went into a relegation qualification place game, which was against the third place Bundesliga 2 side. So St. Pauli and Holstein Kiel have both got automatic promotion, but Dusseldorf and Bochum had to play each other over 2 legs, and whoever won would go into the Bundesliga. And this was pretty mad. I think if I just Bundesliga, yeah, I can show you here. Absolutely crazy. So the first leg, Dusseldorf went to Bochum and beat them 3-0. 3-0 at their ground. And if you can, Bochum have finished. Bochum went to Dusseldorf and overturned the 3-0 deficit, beat them 3-0, and then won on penalties 6-5. What an incredible turnaround by Bochum. Heartbreaking for Dusseldorf, but Bochum will be remaining in the Bundesliga after an incredible time there. This is the Bundesliga team of the season by FootMob. That's the contributions. Most clean sheets was Lucas Hideki for Bayer Leverkusen with 15 points. Of course, the biggest overachievers are obviously Leverkusen, but I want to give a shout out to Stuttgart, Heidenheim as well, and also Hoffenheim. Underachievers, probably Bayern Munich. For their standards, finishing third with 0 trophies is really bad, but also Gladbach and Union Berlin are really bad years for them. Bayer Leverkusen, of course, did the double unbeaten in the cup competitions as well, winning the cup, the DFB Pokal, almost did an unbeaten treble, but of course lost Atalanta in the final, but still an incredible year. And Florian Wirtz was given Bundesliga Player of the Season, and Victor Boniface was given Rookie of the Season. Okay, into France now, Ligue 1. So PSG, no surprise really here. PSG with a title win, just 2 losses all season. Luis Enrique picking up a trophy in his first season. But the other positions were really interesting. So Monaco came in second place, and so did Stade Brest again. Yet another team who were in relegation areas not too long ago, qualifying for the Champions League. A fantastic story for them. And Lille are also in they'll have to go through the qualification rounds for the Champions League, but they have a good chance of qualifying for the Champions League. Fantastic year under Paulo Fonseca for them, although I believe he is leaving to take the AC Milan job, so we'll see how they bounce back from that. Nice and Lyon are in the Europa League next season. Nice had a great year, they had a great start, but unfortunately fell off towards the end under Farioli, who has now left to join Ajax, but still a good job to get into the Europa League. And Lyon as well, nice to see them back in Europa League. They've had some difficult times in the last few years, but they've managed to get themselves back on track, and Lens have managed to secure a Conference League spot, 1 point ahead of Marseille, who narrowly missed out, which is disappointing for them. They were really good in the Europa League into the semi-finals, but unfortunately in the league just couldn't quite do it. Reims finished in 9th place. Will Still, the very young manager, left them halfway through the season. Rennes finished in 10th, Toulouse 11th, Montpellier 12th. Strasbourg in 13th place, owned by Clear Lake, Chelsea owners, and Patrick Vieira is their manager. Nantes in 14th, Le Havre in 15th. Then Metz in 16th, Lorient 17th, Clermont-Foot in last place. Clermont-Foot and Lorient both relegated. Metz, same situation as Bundesliga. They'll be going for a qualification round, where I believe they are facing Saint Etienne. Yeah, that's not taking place as of recording, but we'll see who goes up or down through that. I really do hope it's Saint Etienne though. Good to see them back in Ligue 1 if they can manage to do that, but Angers and Auxerre are automatically in Ligue 1. This is the team of the season there for Ligue 1 in terms of the player stats. Of course, Kylian Mbappe, top goal scorer with 27 goals this season. Lacazette, Jonathan David had some good years. Romain Del Castillo, the main man for Stade Brest with 8 assists. Angel Gomez as well for Lille. Of course, a former Man United academy player with 8 assists as well. Joint top most goals and assists, of course, Mbappe. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, though, what a resurgence he had at Marseille after a difficult time over at Chelsea. And Marcin Bolger, speaking of Chelsea, a former Chelsea academy player with the most clean sheets this season for Nice. Overachievers has to be Brest. Brest finishing in Champions League spot is absolutely superb. Underachievers, that's kind of tough. Maybe Rennes. I mean, Rennes have been in those Champions League, Europa League spots in the last few years. So to finish 10th is pretty poor by them, but I don't think anyone in Ligue 1 has had a truly horrific season. Maybe someone else can let me know if they watch Ligue 1 a bit more than I do. Coupe de France, so PSG actually did a double this year, winning the Coupe de France, beating Lyon 2-1 in the final. Would have been nice to see Lyon get a trophy, but PSG, of course, retained their dominance their last year with Kylian Mbappe this season, Young Player of the Year was Warren Emery for PSG. Fantastic season by him. Goalkeeper of the season, Gianluigi Donnarumma, and Manager of the season, Eric Roy for Brest, which is fully deserved. Okay, we go over to Romania now. Probably from this point on, I'm not going to do overachiever, underachiever, because I don't really know too much about the other leagues. So, Steaua Bucharest won the Romanian league, as they seem to always do. Cluj, not too far behind again, a dominant team in the division. This team here, Cravo, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, did actually pretty well, put up a good fight, but Steaua Bucharest will be going into the Champions League qualification rounds with Lille, while Cluj will be, I believe, in the Europa League, and then this team, Cravo, will be in the Europa Conference League. We have a look at the stats. Actually, we'll have a look at who got relegated, actually. So Cravo, I'm guessing there's two teams in Cravo because the other team in Cravo got relegated, while Vondalo also did. Interesting, actually. I've just seen this. So obviously Romania is like some other leagues where they have a normal division for the first half and then they split the league in half, and interestingly Rapid Bucharest finished second in the normal division, but then in the Super League division finished last, so I'm not entirely sure. 8 losses as well. They completely collapsed, but we'll have a look at the stats. Philip Otel, top goal scorer, Kiprian Londek as most assists, and Alexander Midgley with the most goals and assists. Turkey Super League, Turkish Super League, Galatasaray. This was an incredible Turkish league. I did a video talking about like some of the highlights of this Turkish season because it was pretty mad, so check that out if you want to know more. But there was a mad title race between Galatasaray and Fenerbahce, one of the best, honestly, in the whole of Europe. 99 points Fenerbahce finished on and 102 for Galatasaray. I mean, mental standards set by these two. Galatasaray did come out on top with 102 points. I mean, you gotta feel for Fenerbahce. 99 points, they didn't win the league. And it almost came down to wire. Galatasaray could have won the league on the second to last day. They played Fenerbahce, but Fenerbahce beat Galatasaray to keep their hopes up. But Galatasaray did win the league in the end. After an incredible year, what a title race by them. And yeah, both of them, I believe, are going into the qualification rounds for the Champions League, while Trabzonspor will be in the Europa League and Istanbul Başakşehir will be in the Conference League. Besiktas in 6th, get relegated to Istanbulspor with just 16 points. Pendikspor, Karagümrük, Ankara, some horrible pronunciation there, but yeah, what a title race. What a title race in Turkey. Look at players stats. Maro Icardi, the main man for Galatasaray, got the most goals, while Dries Mertens got the most assists. Those two crucial in helping Galatasaray win the league, while Dusan Tadic and Dzeko also had fantastic seasons. And in the Turkish Cup, it was Besiktas who managed to win it. Fenerbahce knocked out poorly in that round there, and Galatasaray also knocked out early. So Besiktas, Fenerbahce and Galatasaray dominated the league, but they couldn't dominate the Turkish Cup. And Besiktas got some silverware, which is nice for them. I'm not sure if that helps them in, like, puts them in a European spot. Potentially it does. I'm not too sure. Maybe someone can let me know. Okay, we move on over to Scotland. So the Scottish champions were Celtic yet again. Rangers put up a good fight, to be fair, 85 points, but Celtic were imperious in the second half of the season. Again, like the Romanian league, it splits up in half. In the normal season, Rangers were very close, but then Celtic just pulled away here, and fantastic from Rangers, who are going in. Oh, sorry, Celtic, who are going into the Champions League straight away, while Rangers will have to go through qualification. Hearts and Kilmarnock will be in the Europa League, while St Mirren will be in the Conference League, which is a really good achievement for them. I'm pretty sure they were in like the second division of Scotland not too long ago, so that's good for them. stats then in the Scottish Premier League. Lawrence Shankland for Hearts with 24 goals. Fantastic year for him. The Scottish striker who might be going to the Euros. Matthew O'Reilly with the most assists for Celtic there. And he got the most goal contributions, 31 from midfield, is absolutely superb from him. And also James Tavernier, 10 goals and 17 assists, that is superb. And most clean sheets was Jack Butland for Rangers, who maybe was a little bit hard done by to not get in the Euro play, and he had a bit of resurgence of his career at Rangers this season. In the Cup, Celtic managed to do the double, beating Rangers again. Rangers so close this year, but unfortunately failed at the final hurdle in the Cup and in the League, losing in the final 1-0. But fantastic year for Celtic with a double. Okay, over in the Netherlands, so PSV, incredible year by them, 91 points, just one loss all season long. They actually, for a very long time, had won like all of their games, about like 16 games in or something. They had won everything. Incredible, 111 goals scored, superb. But also shout out to Feyenoord, because what a team they were, considering they only lost one game, PSV, and they were only 7 points ahead of Feyenoord. Feyenoord put up a great fight under Arne Slot, of course, who is the new Liverpool manager, but they did well with 84 points, and Feyenoord and PSV will be in the Champions League next season. FC Twente finishing third, they'll be in the Europa League, or actually they're in the qualification for the Champions League, so that'll be really cool to see FC Twente in the Champions League. It's been a long time since they've been in there. And then AZ Alkmaar, I believe, qualified for the Europa League with, I'm not sure, I believe they play like a qualifying round for the Conference League. Oh yeah, I think Go Ahead Eagles, I believe, are going to be playing in the Conference League next season, which is a fantastic achievement for them as well. Ajax in fifth, a horrible year for them. No European football, I believe, for them next season, which is tragic, absolutely tragic. And Vitesse, who we did a video on, if you're wondering why they have only 6 points. Yeah, go watch the video we made about them. They're relegated, as are Volendam and Excelsior. Again, not sure if they'll go for a relegation playoff. We'll see how they do there. So, Vangelis Pavlidis, top goal scorer of the Eredivise with 29 goals. Luke de Jong joint top with 29 as well. Joey Veerman with the most assists with 16. Luke de Jong with 44 goal contributions. Wow, what a year for Luke de Jong. And in the Cup, although Feyenoord did not manage to win the Eredivise, they did win a trophy. Arne Slot did get a trophy in his final year at Feyenoord, winning the KNVB Cup. So, nice season for him and Feyenoord. Okay, over in the Austrian Bundesliga, a bit of a shock, a real shock. Salzburg, who had won, I believe, like 11 in a row. It was something mad. They absolutely dominated Austria for so long. Their streak was over, and Sturm Graz have won the league this season. Superb achievement by Sturm Graz, who have won the league, breaking Salzburg's dominance, and superb by them. And they're going to be playing in the Champions League next season, automatically qualified, which is fantastic. While Salzburg are going to have to go through the qualification process. Lask and Rapid Vienna are also in the Europa League, while Hartberg are in the Europa Conference League. Nice for them. I've never really heard of that club, so nice to see them in European competition. While Austria Lusitana are relegated, but yeah, what a story by Sturm Graz, who have actually done the double because they won the cup as well, beating Salzburg 4-3 in the semis as well. So what an achievement by Sturm Graz, doing a domestic double. That is superb by them and breaking Salzburg's dominance. If we have a look at the player stats, Karim Konate for Salzburg with 20 goals, and he got the most goals and assists. I'm not sure how old he is, but you know, Salzburg loves selling their players, so expect this guy, if he's young, to get a big move. As the same for Oscar Kloku, who I know is young, 11 assists for him, might get a big move in the summer potentially. And clean sheets was Salzburg's goalie Alexander Schlager, but one achievement by Sturmgrass Fair. Okay, over in the Belgian First Division, Club Brugge have won the league by 1 point. What a tight race though this was. USG and Anderlecht pushed them all the way, but it was Club Brugge who have had a pretty good year. I believe they got to the Conference League quarter-finals, I believe it was, or semis. And they have won the league as well, so they're going to be playing in the Champions League next season. They've qualified automatically for that. USG will go through Champions League qualification process, which I hope they do get there because that'll be a great story for them. Anderlecht and Cercle Brugge will be in the Europa League, while Genk are in the Europa Conference League. Okay, and then relegation, Eupen and Molenbeek have been automatically relegated, while Kortrijk are going through a relegation playoff spot. We have a look at the stats. Kevin Denke with 27 goals. Wow, that is very impressive for Cercle Brugge. Cameron Portas for USG with 17 assists as well. That's a nice tally. Andres Dreyer with 28 goals and assists there. And the most clean sheets was Genk's Martin van der Voort with 13. And speaking of Genk, actually not. I thought they won the cup. It was actually USG. USG, what a fantastic season for them. Union Saint-Gilloise finished second. They didn't win the league, kind of similar to Feyenoord. They pushed them close, didn't get it, but they did get a cup instead, which is nice, beating Antwerp in the finals. So do have some silverware this year. Okay, Liga Portugal. So Sporting Lisbon with a fantastic year, 90 points, just 2 losses, winning the league for only the second time in like the last 30 years. Ruben Amorim, what an incredible job he's done there, winning the league this season for them. And it was at Atalanta, Benfica and Porto, quite far behind. Benfica finished in second, enough to qualify for the Champions League, so Benfica and Sporting Champions League football for them, while Porto are going to have to go into the Europa League. You know, they've been a Champions League stalwart for a long time, but unfortunately they're going in the Europa League. And then Braga and Vitória de Guimarães will be in the Europa Conference League positions. Chavez and Vizela have been relegated, and Porto Minis are in the relegation playoff spot. Victor Gyökeres has been the star player for Sporting Lisbon. New signing, debut year, 29 goals, 39 goal contributions, absolutely incredible. Pedro Gonçalves as well, starring yet again for Sporting Lisbon, but Rafa for Benfica had a good year, as did Simon Banza. And speaking of Braga, they did manage to win the League Cup. They beat Estoril in the final, knocking out Sporting, so nice achievement there for Braga to win the cup. Okay, over in Croatia, Dinamo Zagreb have won the league, as they kind of tend to do most times. They have won the league and they'll be going into qualification for the Champions League. Rijeka, to be fair, they pushed them close, but look at this run of form, 4 losses in a row, just completely derailed their season. But they will be going into the Europa League, so still a good year for them. Hajduk Split and Osijek will be going into the Europa Conference League. And Rudess with just 9 points, 1 win all season. God damn, that's an awful year. Wow, that is a bad year. They've been relegated. Let's look at the stats then. So Ramon Miles for Osijek with the most goals, Tony Fruk with the most assists, and then Ramon Miles with 25 goal contributions this season. Fantastic by him. And then in terms of the cup, Dinamo Zagreb did a domestic double, which is nice for them, winning the cup, beating Rijeka in the final. So yeah, Rijeka were pipped in the league by Dinamo Zagreb and pipped in the final by Dinamo Zagreb. Are very, very unfortunate for Zagreb, the biggest club in Croatia, with the victory. In the Czech League, it was the 2 Prague teams going head to head, and it was Sparta Prague that beat Slavia Prague to the title just by 2 points. Absolutely incredible. I'm wondering if these guys, where they played each other towards the end of the season, and it was a 0-0 draw, which is perfect for Sparta. But you know, if Slavia could win that game, they would have been champions. But yeah, what a tight race between these two, and Sparta Prague get the better of it, Sparta, but both of them will be going into the qualification rounds for the Champions League, while Victoria Plzeň will be in the Europa League, Baník Ostrava will be in the Europa Conference League, and Milad Boleslav will be in the qualification for the Conference League. And then relegation is Slin at the bottom of the table. Interestingly, yes, Sparta, to be fair, Sparta had the lead going into the championship table, and that was probably what helped them get over the line. Fair play to Sparta. I don't think it has yet, doesn't have the stats unfortunately for the Czech, but speaking of Sparta, they did do a domestic double, winning the League Cup as well, beating Victoria Plzeň in the final, so great year for Sparta Prague, unfortunate for Slavia. Danish League, Midtjylland, FC Midtjylland again, a really, really interesting, really great title race in Europe. Midtjylland came out on top, just 1 point ahead of Brøndby, and Nordsjælland and Copenhagen were really not too far behind either. Their form at the end of the season both let them down. Midtjylland with that big win over Copenhagen towards the end of the season, which really helped them, and then wow, they also beat Brøndby 3-2, despite 2 draws at the end of the season. First, Nordsjælland and Sigborg, they did manage to secure the title. Brøndby, wow, on the final day they bottled it. If they had won, they would have been champions, but they lost. And yeah, Midtjylland are champions, and Midtjylland will go into the qualification for the Champions League, while Brøndby will go into Europa League, and Copenhagen will be in the Conference League with Hivdorf, awful pronunciation there, and Odense, getting relegated. We do have a player stats here for the Danish League, so German Unugog with 15 goals, top goal scorer, Ilyas Achori, most assists, and Nicola Vallis with 21 goal contributions for Brøndby. And it was interesting in the cup, actually. It was Sigurborg who managed to win the cup, which is pretty impressive, actually. You know, none of the big guys like Nordsjælland, Brøndby and all that, they were enrolled in the title race, but that allowed Sigurborg to win the cup, so a nice little cup for them. Yeah, Greek League. Now the Greek League was actually pretty entertaining this year, real high quality I must say. So PAOK managed to win the league, only just though AEK Athens just 2 points behind, and Olympiacos and Panathinaikos not too far away. But yeah, these the big four in the Greek League. Another fantastic year, but Panathinaikos fell away at the end, which really cost them. But PAOK 4 wins in a row at the back end of the season just propelled them into the league title. 4-1 win over Panathinaikos, beating Olympiacos and beating AEK Athens, so well deserved. But you know, the Greek League is actually really getting better, because of course Olympiacos won the Conference League. They won the Conference League, beating Fiorentina in the final, so even though they finished third, that would have put them in the Conference League. They are now in the Europa League next season, and that shows the levels, right, of this Greek League. Olympiacos won the Conference League and they finished third. PAOK got to Conference League quarters as well, I believe. So that's really good. They're going into Champions League qualification. AEK Athens and Olympiacos will be in the Europa League together, and I think that might mean Panathinaikos will now be in the Conference League. And then Gilfes FC and PAS Giana were relegated. Looking at the stats, Lauren Moran with 20 goals, Ayub El Ghabi with 18 goals, of course the hero in the Conference League. He had a sensational tournament and scored the winner in the final. A really, really interesting striker, Tyson. Wow, I didn't know he played for PAOK. I remember he was kind of like a bit of a wonder kid at one point. At Shakhtar with 10 assists there, and Lauren Moran most goals and assists. In the Greek Cup, Panathinaikos did manage to win it, which is nice for them, and I think that pretty much secures them in the Conference League next season. So, yeah, overall, it's a pretty good year for the Greek teams in all competitions. Right, over in Hungary, Ferencváros managed to win the league at Atalanta, as they typically usually do. Now we're going into the Champions League qualification places. Baxi will be going into the Europa League, while Puskás FC Academy, which is I'm assuming the Academy of Puskás, right? Which is a really cool name. And Frelenvar FC will be going into the Conference League, while Kisvada and I'm not even going to try and pronounce that have been relegated. Okay, I'm going to briefly touch on Ireland because I believe the league is still ongoing. Yeah, but currently Shelbourne are top of the league, and look like they'll be going to the Champions League qualification places. I mean, Derry City are not too far away, but Shelbourne look like they'll be winning the league, and Dundalk, again, looks like they'll probably be going down, and drug ahead potentially with them as well. Into the Polish League. Now a bit of a shock here actually, because you know the traditional big teams, Legia Warsaw, Lech Poznan, those are really the two at least I know who are the big teams in Poland, because I always see them in the Champions League, etc. They did not win the league, they didn't even get top two. It was this team here, Białystok, I think that's how you say their name, won the league on goal difference ahead of a Slask Folklau. I think that's how you say it. I'm just going to call him Slask. But what a title race here. I mean, Slask, what a turn of events here. 4 wins in a row towards the end of the season. But that was not enough. Jagiellona managed to hold on and win the title on goal difference. So they'll be going into the Champions League qualification rounds. Be nice to see them in the Champions League, while Legia Warsaw and Slack will be going to the Europa League, or actually I think they're going in Conference League actually. And Varta Poznan, Ruk Josla and LKS Lotz have been relegated. Look at the stats by the players. Eric Esposito for Slack Warsaw, 19 goals, top goal scorer. Dominic Marzuk, most assists with 10, and Eric with 24. Kamal Goriski, I remember him, the whole city in England had a little spell. 23 goals and assists, nice to see him doing well. Now I know it's not in Europe, but we'll touch on the Saudi League briefly, because there are of course a lot of star players in there. Al Hilal won the league unbeaten actually, invincible, 0 losses, 96 points, what a season by them. Al Nasser, Cristiano Ronaldo's Al Nasser finished in 2nd place with 82 points, Al Ali in 3rd, Al Ittihad with Benzema in 5th, Al Ettifaq, Steven Gerrard's team finished in 6th as well. And I mean, just look at that, look at some of the star players here: Koulibaly, Telles, Neves, Talisca, Ronaldo, Mitrovic. I believe Mitrovic was top goal scorer. I know it was Ronaldo, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Ronaldo, 35 goals, ahead of Mitrovic, got 28. Riyad Mahrez, most assists with 13, and Ronaldo got 46 goal contributions, which is pretty mad. Yeah. Okay, Serbian League, no surprise here, Red Star Belgrade, with 96 points. Atalanta won the league, as they typically always do. Partizan Belgrade, again, the other big team were in 2nd place, so these two are going into Champions League qualification rounds, while Baga Topla will be in the Europa League and Vojvodina will be in the Conference League. And of course Red Star won the cup as well, no surprise there, a domestic double for them. Over in the Swiss League, Young Boys won the league, again a team who have dominated the Swiss League for quite a while, since like Basel have fallen off. Young Boys have been the team in Switzerland, and they have won it again, and they'll be going into qualification for the Champions League with Lugano. Servette are in the Europa League, while Zurich and St. Gallen will be in the Conference League next season. Basel in the relegation group, I mean they did finish 2nd, but abysmal season by them. Grasshoppers almost relegated, and Stad Lazun Uchi are relegated. Looking at the stats, Chadluk Akoli with 14 goals, most goals. Ronaldo Stefan, the most assists and most goal contributions by Stefan. In the cup, it's actually not happened yet, but the final is between SC Sion and I don't know who this team is. Winfer. Where did they finish in the league? I have no idea, but yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Big scalp there, knocking out young boys Sion, so we have a nice, interesting winner there. But finally, we're going to end on the Ukrainian league, where again, no real surprise, Shakhtar Donetsk got champions, but only just Dynamo Kyiv. Of course, again, the other massive team in Ukrainian league, just not too far behind there, 2 points away from Shakhtar, but Shakhtar managed to win the league in the end, despite, that game there winning against Dynamo Kyiv 1-0, that was really the title decider, and those two will be going into Champions League qualification rounds, while Krivbas will be in the Europa League, and Dnipro and Policia will be in the Conference League. In the cup as well, Shakhtar, no surprise here, domestic double for them. But there we go, that is your entire review of the European leagues this season. Let me know which leagues you are watching this year, any storylines which I may have missed. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. I guess this is the ultimate wrap up of this season, so hope you guys have enjoyed all the content this season. Of course, we're gonna be back with lots of more content. We'll be with the Euros, etc., and we're just starting very soon, but for now, that is the 23-24 season done. So hope you guys have enjoyed. Please leave a like if you have. Consider subscribing, and I will see you in another video.